Anthony as Principal Secretary to Nagaland State Assembly, Nagaland Law Students Federation expresses its apprehension. Citing the move as a bad example, NLSF vouches for reasonable promotional opportunities in every public service wing. Over Rahul Gandhi's fourth summon by Enforcement Directorate in the National Herald case, Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee held a peaceful protest from Congress Bhavan to Dhobi Nala in Dimapur. NPCC condemns action of ED for allegedly harassing Congress legislative parties and Congress leader Rahul Gandhi in particular. There seems no respite for Northeast, with Indian Meteorological Department issuing warning of heavy rainfall for several states as the southwest monsoon continues to advance towards the region. Heavy downpour likely to continue over Nagaland, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram and Tripura during the next 5 days. In a bid to protest against relocation of District Institution of Education and Training in Tuensang, Chang Widoshi Setchang starts its third phase of indefinite agitation from Monday. Moreover, the organization alleges the state government of turning deaf towards the outcry of people. After grilled by Enforcement Directorate for 27 hours in connection with an alleged money laundering case related to National Herald newspaper, Rahul Gandhi rejoins ongoing probe for fourth time after Rahul skipped appearance on June 17, citing Sonia Gandhi's health issues. Ed allows him to appear on Monday as per his request. Bharat Bandh called by several organizations on Monday to protest against Agnipath recruitment scheme for armed forces, disrupt railways and road services across nation in the wake of major losses suffered from arson and damage in violent protest over the last 5 days. Indian Railways cancelled around 530 trains on Monday. Welcome to Nagaland TV. You're watching English Primetime News. I am Yashira, and now the news in detail. As the reappointment of Dr. PJ Antony as the Principal Secretary to Nagaland State Assembly has sparked controversy, with Nagaland Assembly Secretariat Staff Association has been protesting against the reappointment of Dr. Antony. Nagaland Law Students Federation expressed its apprehension for conferring benefits on the retired officer at the cost of several regular employees. NLSF said that the unwarranted accommodation of incumbent Principal Secretary is setting a bad precedent, adding that reasonable promotional opportunities should be available in every wing of public service. The Federation therefore appealed to the authorities concerned for speedy redressal of the issue in hand in the larger interest of NLA Secretariat staff in particular and the state in general. NPCC on Monday held a peaceful protest against the Enforcement Directorate's fourth summon on Congress leader Rahul Gandhi. Notably, the peaceful walk rally commenced from Congress Bhavan to Dhobi Nala. Meanwhile, K. while addressing the press, stated that NPCC condemns the action of ED subsequently harassing Congress legislative parties and Congress leader Rahul Gandhi in particular. NPCC further raised the question asking as to why ED is torturing Rahul Gandhi and why inhuman act as has been shown towards the Congress leader. K. also raised concerns as to why ED is not going against Mukesh Ambani and Adani and further stated that corporate law should be applied to all. NPCC President also added that National Herald is non-profit organization and questions regarding misappropriation and transfer of money should not come in, and that the National Herald is a private organization and does not belong to the government. K. was also vocal in regards to the recently launched Agnipath scheme, claiming that the scheme highlights BJP's heights of ignorance of the welfare of the people. Terry pointed out that the scheme is unacceptable and disturbs the already good and functional system of enrolling soldiers in the armed forces.
We have decided to protest against ED excessive on Rahul Gandhi. It's inhuman, torturing a person without nothing, for the fourth day. National Herald is a private organization. It's only a corporate. It doesn't belong to government. It belongs to private property. Why are not they going against Ambani, Adani? The same corporate laws apply to everyone. Why are not trying to find fault at others? Why only on Rahul Gandhi and Madam Sonia Gandhi? What more questions they like to ask? The entire nation knows that it is a corporate and it's a private organization. It doesn't involve any coin of government. It only involves within the members, and this paper has been initiated 1937 to voice on behalf of the people of India. And that's how this paper brought about independence to the nation. And it was carrying on. We did not like to abandon. Therefore, we were only carrying on. And since it's a non-profit,
the Changwidoshi Sechang on Monday started its third phase of indefinite agitation against the relocation of the District Institution of Education and Training in Tuensang. The organization alleged that the state government has turned deaf ears, showing careless attitude towards the outcry. CWS further announced that there will be a total shutdown of business establishments in Tuensang from 1 p.m. onwards. However, they further informed that public and vehicular movement will be exempted. Notably, day one of the agitation started from 9 a.m. onwards at Tower Clock, while it was followed by silent protest at all MLA members' residence from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Piro Village Students' Union on Monday commemorated its first Foundation Day Companies Gallery inauguration at Community Hall in Piro Village, Wokha. Notably, the program was held under the theme Recognized to Revive, with PVSU founding member and first General Secretary CJ Ovung as the chief guest and Principal Unity College Dimapur as the theme speaker. Delivering the welcome address, Kyolamo Tungo, President PVSU, highlighted the significance of the Foundation Day and the inauguration of the Pioneers Gallery. He stressed on the importance and the need to identify the pioneers who contributed nobly towards Piro community in particular and the Nagas in general. Meanwhile, speaking on the topic Recognized to Revive, the theme speaker Dr. Lichumo Ini acknowledged the gathering and expressed his gratitude towards the successful achievements of the pioneers. Citing few examples of the pioneers, their hardships and struggle, Ini said that pioneers are not Superman beings, but they are extraordinary people who not only listen but put into practice what they listen. Government of Nagaland Office of the Fire and Emergency Services, NOCLAC, on Monday held a basic firefighting training and fire safety audit at Whitehall in NOCLAC village. Notably, training included basic firefighting, fire safety inspection and audit, handling of extinguishers, fire prevention and protection system and forest fires. It may be mentioned that the training program was chaired by Officer in Charge FNES, NOCLAC, Thenusili Pili. Furthermore, Pili, while addressing the gathering, said that it is the right time to organize such event as NOCLAC is the newly formed district and will be undergoing a lot of departmental constructions process, where fire safety measures can be added through today's training. Meanwhile, SDO Civil NOCLAC Punyang, in his speech, said that natural disasters can be protected through prevention, but if fire breaks out, one can only learn techniques to deal the fire.
Without fire, we cannot sustain our life. Fire is not only essential, but it's an integral part of our life. Fire na kaya na man hagin na nakara na. Jadi man kina fire do chongaw do. Itu chui do kina man handle kuru lagi. Itu chongaw la tha sa je. To aji itu chui man chongaw na chane la ki hoy man so chane. Life, alright? Man kubor bishi pai thake. Saal the hundreds, around the world hundreds to fire from India. Inara bish kubor pai thake. So life na mo bod ki ase. To aji fire safety la kotha porande life safe kuru la kotha hi ase. To bish na mo la kotha ase. Apni aji hiki loi na.
A fire safety training program is scheduled to be held at Dimapur District Sports Council Stadium on June 21 for ward, colony and village leaders. Notably, training will be held from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. In regards to the training, President of GB Union Dimapur, S.M.Y. Nuli, informed that the training program was being held as per the directive from the Dimapur Additional Deputy Commissioner. Nuli further informed that all the GB members to attend the program as notified by the district administration to obtain knowledge on fire safety precaution methods during emergency periods in the service of the public in their own respective localities. Lions Club Dimapur on Sunday celebrated its 50 years of existence by organizing a Golden Jubilee program at its club auditorium. Notably, around 500 members from different districts of the state came together and attended the program. Meanwhile, past International Director of Lions Club, Dr. Raju V. Manvani, graced the celebrations as the chief guest. Furthermore, Manvani, while addressing the gathering, appreciated and acknowledged the work done by Lions Club Dimapur for the betterment of the society and wished them more success in the future. It may also be mentioned that during the program, LCD also represented a video presentation on the works done by them for the past 50 years.
Out of the best 79 organizations, including JCs, Rotaries and all, the Lions Club International is studying #1. Reason, our administrative expenditures are zero. You will not believe it, how we are controlling these 210 countries, only 5 executive officers are there at the international. Actually, clubs like these, they show how society can be positively mobilized and act as an auxiliary and as a support to the state government, ranging from health sector, rural development, and most recently the COVID-19 pandemic, where the community support and clubs like Lions Club have come forward and helped our state, our returnees, our patients to actually recover and help, especially the youths who have returned in Dimapur. Actually was the gateway where most of the returnees we had.
Honoring fatherhood and paternal bonds, Life Concern Ministry on Sunday organized Father's Day celebrations at Nayatu Resort in 7th Mile. Notably, several yesteryear's artists performed during the program, while a special prayer service was also invoked for the fathers. Meanwhile, Naga comedian Puniken and K. Angchongdi Sangtang gave a special appearance as special guest, while Athong Yimchungar gave his life's testimony during the program.
Strong and courageous as a father. We thank you, Lord Jesus, for the time that you have given to each and every one of us. Especially, we want to uphold the Life Concern Ministry as led by
Chief Minister Nafuri on Monday took down to Twitter and congratulated Numrai Hegwang and Kiru Vili Zumu on winning bronze medals at the International Sports Festival Peers on Kyrgyzstan Bell Wrestling held at Choplan Ata in Kyrgyzstan. Rio stated that it is a proud moment for India and Nagaland in particular for their achievements and wished them for their future endeavors. Notably, Hegwang participated in under 80 kg category and Zumu in 80 plus kg category, representing All India Traditional Wrestling and Prankatang Federation at the International Sports Festival, which was concluded on June 18, 2022. Agriculture Technology Management Agency Sechu Zubza Block inaugurated an integrated farm school on June 18 at Mizoma Bawe and appointed Mia Salhau as farm school teacher. During the program, the concept of farm school and the duties and responsibilities of a farm school teacher were highlighted. Meanwhile, mobilization of farmers group as well as fields demonstration on integrated pest management was imparted by ATM Teja Vinzono, Kelia and Mizoma Basa. The farmers were informed on the benefits of working together in groups and that group functioning is always cost-effective and more profitable than individual operations. The farmers were also appraised on Kisan Call Center toll-free number and how they could effectively use it to their advantages. The event was attended by women farmers, Atma functionaries along with farmers' friends of the village. Biopesticides and robin were later distributed. Devastating floods triggered by incessant rain continue to ravage Assam, and around 5,137 villages are under the flood waters. The flood situation in Assam deteriorated further on Sunday, with the deluge claiming 9 more lives, including 3 children, taking the toll to 71, while 6 people died due to floods. 3 others were killed in landslides. All the 3 landslides-related deaths were reported from Cachar district. At least 8 people have also gone missing. The number of flood-hit people in the state went up to over 42 lakh on Sunday evening. 3 deaths were reported from Cachar district. Barpeta reported 2 deaths, followed by 1 death each from Bajali, Kamrup, Karimganj and Udalguri districts. Barpeta is the worst hit district with over 12.76 lakhs people suffering, followed by Darang with nearly 3.94 lakh people affected and Nagaland with more than 3.64 lakh people hit by the deluge. The flood victims say that they have now left everything to God as the situation is only turning worse. The bodies of 2 policemen who washed away in flood waters in central Assam's Nagaland district on Sunday night were recovered on Monday. According to Assam Police, a team of Kanpur police stationed were engaged in a rescue operation late on Sunday night when Sub-Inspector Samujwal Kakoti and Constable Rajiv Bodoloy was washed away in flood waters. The body of Rajiv Bodoloy was recovered, but Samujwal Kakoti remained missing. His remains were later retrieved by the State Disaster Response Fund Monday morning. Meanwhile, Assam Special DGP GP Singh took to Twitter and expressed grief over the tragic demise of duo and hailed their bravery. The Indian Army continued to flood relief operations for the 4th consecutive day on Sunday. Notably, relentless relief operations in the inclement weather conditions have been carried out in the 7 districts of Assam. Further, 14 composite columns have been able to rescue around 4,500 stranded locals, including critical patients, elders, women and children. Along with rescue operations, Indian Army columns also ensured timely supply to relief camps to support thousands of other locals. Following the torrential rains in Assam, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh and neighboring country, Bhutan, the water level of all major rivers of the state are rising and many rivers are flowing above danger level marks in several places. The water level of Beki, Manas, Pagladia, Puthimari, Kopili, Jia Bharali and Brahmaputra is flowing above the danger level mark in many places of the state. The centre on Sunday notified about the appointments of new Chief Justices in High Courts of Uttarakhand, Telangana, Himachal Pradesh, Rajasthan and Guwahati. Notably, Satish Chandra Sharma, Chief Justice of Telangana High Court, has been transferred to Delhi High Court in the same capacity. Meanwhile, the other 5 High Court judges have been elevated as Chief Justices. It is to be mentioned that Vipin Sanghi, the acting Chief Justice of Delhi High Court, was appointed in the same capacity in Uttarakhand, while Justice Ujjal Bhuiya of Telangana High Court has been elevated as the Chief Justice of Telangana High Court. Furthermore, Justice Amjad Astesham Syed of Bombay High Court has been appointed as Chief Justice of Himachal Pradesh High Court, and Justice Shinde Samjhavi Shivaji of Mumbai High Court has been appointed as Chief Justice of Rajasthan High Court. Justice Rashmin Manhabharhai Chaya of Gujarat High Court has been appointed as Chief Justice of Guwahati High Court. The Meghalaya government has sought financial assistance of 300 crore from the centre to meet the losses caused by flood and landslides. It is to be mentioned that Meghalaya and Assam have been severely hit by heavy rains and flood, whereby over 52 people have died in the 2 states and nearly 44 lakh people have been displaced. Notably, Meghalaya government wrote to the Ministry of Home Affairs seeking financial assistance earlier on Sunday. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma, along with the State Home Minister Lakshman Rimbui, inspected the damaged portion of NH6 at Lumshnong in East Jaintia Hills. Meanwhile, the Chief Minister said that efforts are being made to restore the road link in the next 48 to 72 hours. However, it is subject to weather conditions. Protests against the Agnipath recruitment scheme for armed forces continue to disrupt the railways and road traffic movement for the 6th day, as several organizations called for Bharat Bandh on Monday. Notably, Indian Railways cancelled around 530 trains on Monday in the wake of major losses suffered from arson and damage in the violent protest over the last 5 days. It included both passenger trains and express mails from different divisions. Meanwhile, nearly 350 trains were cancelled in Bihar alone as a precautionary measure. While 539 trains were affected, 529 trains were cancelled, including 181 mail, express trains and 348 passenger trains. The Indian Army on Monday issued a notification for the recruitment of Agnivs under the Agnipath recruitment schemes. Notably, notification comes amid the ongoing protest across the country. The Army said that online registrations on the force's recruitment website is mandatory for all the job aspirants under the new model, and that the online registration will commence from July onwards. It is to be mentioned that all candidates need to log in Indian Army website and follow the procedures to register themselves. Furthermore, the Army said that the new recruits will be subjected to the provisions of the Army Act 1950 and will be liable to go wherever ordered by land, sea or air. It is to be mentioned that the Agnipath scheme announced on June 14 provides for the recruitment of youths between the age bracket of 17.5 years to 23 for only 4 years, with a provision to retain 25% of them for 15 more years. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on Monday rejoined Enforcement Directorate's ongoing investigation in connection with an alleged money laundering case related to the National Herald newspaper for the 4th day. The Lok Sabha member from Wayanad in Kerala arrived at ED headquarters accompanied by his sister Priyanka. Rahul Gandhi was questioned by the ED for over 27 hours for 3 straight days from June 13 to June 15. The Congress leader deposed before the ED investigators in the case for the first time on June 13. He first sought exemption from appearance on June 16, following which he was called on June 17. But the senior Congress leader wrote to the ED to postpone his questioning, citing the illness of his mother Sonia Gandhi. The ED then allowed him to join the probe on June 20 on his request. In the midst of satyagraha being held by Congress party, the Bharatiya Janata Party on Monday attacked Rahul Gandhi over accusing him of being very entitled. BJP's national spokesperson Sombit Patra made a statement that no one in India is Queen Victoria and Prince that they cannot be interrogated or probed. Patra went on to say that Rahul should understand that ED is Enforcement Directorate and not entitlement demand. Patra further attacked Gandhi, saying that the entire public know of his involvement in missing funds related to the National Herald scam. The Wayanad Congress MP was summoned for the fourth time on Monday by the Enforcement Directorate for interrogation in the scam. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday arrived in Bengaluru on a two-day visit to Karnataka, during which he will be participating in a series of events in the city and Mysuru, and inaugurate and lay foundation for various developmental works. Notably, Prime Minister unveiled a statue of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar at Dr. B.R. Ambedkar School to Economics in Bengaluru and inaugurated a new campus of Base University as well. In addition to this, PM Modi launched 150 technology hubs that have been deployed by transforming industrial training institutes in Karnataka TA at a cost of over Rs 4,600 crores. Notably, PM Modi was received at the Yelahanka Air Force Station here by Governor Thawar Chand Gehlot, Chief Minister Basavaraj Bombay, veteran BJP leader B.S. Yediyurappa and State Party Chief Nalin Kumar Katil elaborate security arrangements have also been made both in Bengaluru and Mysuru for the PM's visit. In a major breakthrough by the Delhi Police Special Cell, 3 people, including 2 women, main shooters, were arrested from Gujarat's Mundra on Monday in connection with the killing of famed Punjabi singer and congressman Sidhu Moose Wala. Amongst the arrested 3, Priyavrat Fauji and Kashish Kuldeep have been identified as the 2 main shooters and Keshav Kumar as the facilitator in the murder incident. A large number of arms and explosives were recovered by the special cell during the arrest. Priyavrat Fauji is a member of Ramkaran gang, is suspected to be involved in 2 other murder cases, while Kashish Kuldeep is also wanted in another murder case by police. As per police information, Keshav Kumar assisted the shooters by picking them up in a car before the gruesome murder. He was also previously charged in another case by police. At least 17 people have died across Bihar due to lightning strikes and thunderstorms since Saturday night as heavy rain lashes the state. Notably, Bhagalpur district has reported the maximum number of 6 deaths, followed by Vaishali with 3 deaths. Banka and Khargaria reported 2 each, and Munger, Katihar, Madhipura and Saharsa reported 1 death each. Meanwhile, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar on Sunday expressed grief over the death of the 17 persons and announced an ex gratia of Rs 4 lakhs for the next of the kin of each deceased. Furthermore, he appealed to the people to take full vigil in bad weather and follow the suggestions issued by the Disaster Management Authority to prevent thunderstorms. As a mark of protest over the Enforcement Directorate's probe against Rahul Gandhi in a money laundering case linked to National Herald newspaper and the centre's newly launched Agnipath recruitment scheme, Congress held a satyagraha at Jantar Mantar in the national capital on Monday. Top Congress leaders including Mallikarjun Kharge, Salman Khurshid, K. Suresh, V. Narayanaswamy, K.C. Venugopal and others were present at Congress Satyagraha at Jantar Mantar. As Congress leader Rahul Gandhi appeared before the ED on Monday for the fourth round of questioning, the party held a protest against the central government's alleged vendetta politics. Congress also staged protest against the Agnipath recruitment scheme. Later, the party leaders met President Ramnath Kovind and demanded withdrawal of the Agnipath scheme. Tourists who went on a joyride on a cable car at Parwanu Timber Trail in Himachal Pradesh had a harrowing time after their trolley got stuck mid-air. In light of the incident, videos have surfaced online showing tourists being rescued after their cable car got stuck mid-air. NDRF and Air Force personnel were called in to rescue the tourists who got stuck on the ropeway. The officials, in view of the situation, stated that it occurred due to some technical issues. Omkar Chand Sharma, Principal Secretary, Disaster Management, Himachal Pradesh, stated that as many as 11 people were inside the car and all 11 people have been successfully rescued. Mahindra Group Chairman and Anand Mahindra on Monday announced that Mahindra will recruit trained and capable Agniveers. As protests rage across the country against the centre's new military recruitment scheme, Agnipath, industrialist Anand Mahindra on Monday said that he is saddened by the violence. Taking down to Twitter, he added that there is a great potential for the employment of Agniveers in the corporate sector, stressing that with qualities such as leadership, teamwork, physical training, Agniveers provide market-ready professional solutions to industry. Notably, under the scheme, around 45,000 to 50,000 soldiers will be recruited annually, and most will leave the service in just 4 years. Out of the total recruitments, only 25% will be allowed to continue for another 15 years under the Permanent Commission. According to the centre, the move will make the permanent force levels much leaner for over 13 lakhs. That is all for now. Keep watching Nagaland TV for more news and updates.
New YY Dynamite Instant Noodles. It's extra spicy. Taste that will blow your mind.
अरे तूने अभी तक कुछ किया ही नहीं।
अरे ये तो लो क्वालिटी टंकी है।
होशियारी मत दिखाओ, दुकानदार ने 5 साल की गारंटी दी है।
अरे 5 साल छोड़िए, इसका पानी पियेंगे ना तो बहुत जल्दी हम लोग पहुंच